Good morning people, hello and welcome to another vlog episode of the India Darshan Travel series. I'm right now at the rooftop of my homestay out here in Ranchi, and the owner mentioned that you could see the Pahadi temple from here. So that hill is the actual hill that I climbed yesterday. On top is the Pahadi temple. So I just came to check it out. Breakfast is being prepared and I asked Bhaiya here to give me sattu, a glass of sattu to drink, because sattu is also consumed as a drink in the summers and also as a stuffing in all the dishes that we are seeing these days in the litti, in the parathas and stuff. So waiting for the breakfast to be prepared and then we'll be on our way. Dropped a message to the Scooty rental guy and he said come to the office and we'll have something ready for you. So we're gonna go check that out. It's also close by, and then we'll be on our way to a nice little day trip from here. So far the weather is very cloudy, dark grey clouds, so I'm guessing it's gonna rain pretty heavy soon. But anyways, we're gonna go venture out and start exploring waterfalls, and then we're gonna see how the day goes and wing everything else. So let's get started. Let's grab ourselves some breakfast and be on our way. That was a complete waste of time. Don't come to Snapriders. They first said you could go to the shop, get a rental. When I came here, now they say every rental is booked because they only have a couple of scooties. Two of them are under repair, the others are booked out until noon. It's kind of useless, waste of time. So I still have to figure out how to get to the destination where I was going today. Let's maybe make a few more calls and ask somebody else if they have a rental available. Alright, so after a little bit of a hassle, here's a change of plan. So came out to Ma Tours and Travels, saw this shop yesterday. It's a self-drive car rental shop. Got myself a new Alto. It's a small car, but it does the job because I'm going down south to Dassam Falls, and the roads up until there are really nice. So they say this car is more than sufficient for that, and I have until tonight to return the car. So we're going to see how many points we cover, but let's start heading out of the city. We need to refuel as well so that we can get to Dassam Falls. So let's get the ride going. A little bit of change of plans, delayed quite a bit because of the Scooty mess up, but eventually we have a ride. So let's get going. So since I have a car this time and Mighty Alto is capable of entering a whole lot of mountains and stuff, I decided to go to Dhruva Dam. It's that way, about half a kilometer in, but as you can see it's a little bit too much off-roading today because of the excessive rains, and I don't feel like getting stuck at this point, so we're gonna skip that. We already saw a dam yesterday, and instead we are gonna go to Dassam Falls, which I believe is the highest falls out here in Jharkhand. Comment down below and let me know if that's the case. And it's about an hour ride from here, and that should be on the main roads and no off-roading as such. So instead, change of plans, and we're gonna go that way. Not in a mood for so much off-roading already. So taking a short refueling break. When I started from there in Ranchi, I just got like 3 liters of fuel, so it's now blinking again, so not to have any tension while we're there at the falls. Got about 8-9 odd liters of fuel from here, and we should be there in about half an hour. So it's 1:30, by 2ish we should be there, so that should be cool around lunchtime to enjoy the waterfalls. It's a really nice road, 3-lane highway on each side, so this is much better than the dam side, which was all like off-roading. But yeah, maybe on a non-rainy season, those roads are decent, but it was right through the village, so not really meant for touristic purposes. So we are very close to the Dassam Falls. As you can see, there are two other falls here as well, Panchgag Falls and Hirni waterfalls, but they are quite far away, about 50 to 70 kilometers from here. Dassam Falls is just 9 kilometers from here. So, and I also saw on the board sign there is also a sun temple close by. So if it's somewhere nearby, perhaps after the Dassam Falls, we might want to go there and explore the local neighborhood. There's also a Dalma Wildlife Sanctuary that's quite far away, about 100 kilometers or so. We're going to skip that. We don't have time for that. So we're going to explore within the close neighborhood and try and see as much as we can. So let's quickly head over to the Dassam Falls. The roads are a little bit narrow the last 5-6 kilometers because we are passing through the villages, but it's super peaceful. Ooh, what's this? This is interesting. This guy, when it gets stuck on you, it's very hard to remove it. It looks like a carpet matting on the top. It was moving. Yeah, see, it's alive, going on a nice little walk in the forested area. So we are almost 3 kilometers from the waterfalls, and the board sign says it's falling from 144 feet high, which is pretty high up. And I wonder if it's like, what's the view like out there? So let's see. Should be there in a couple of minutes. Alright, so finally made it to Dassam Falls. Just parked our vehicle here. It's pretty cool. They have a bunch of eateries around, and then in the middle there is the parking. So I'm guessing somewhere from here you go down. I do hear the sound of the waterfall, so I'm guessing it's a very heavy flow because it's the monsoon. And I stayed in the car for a little bit because it started to rain, but I think the rain has stopped now. Just a few drops here and there. So let's go down, enjoy a nice view of the Dassam Falls. I can see it very close by. It's super heavy flow and epic views. It's like, think of it as a Niagara Falls crossed with Dhuandhar Falls in Jabalpur that I went to when I was doing a road trip with my father. I'll show you what I mean in just a second. The water may be murky because of the rains, but the flow is so strong that you're getting water droplets from there up until here on my face. It's ridiculous the amount of force that they have in the water here. 144 feet. I bet this is the highest waterfall in this area. And the ironic thing is, this is the Deccan Plateau, yet you have such a steep waterfall out here. So think of this as like one of the ends of the plateau where the Kanchi River, so this is based on the Kanchi River, and the water falls down from here. Super epic views. So I'm standing at the viewing deck, just came down a couple of stairs, but if you walk down a few more stairs, I think you can go down a little bit and take a view of the falls from down there. So I'm a little bit curious. Gonna keep my distance from the falls, but let's go down and see the view from there as well. All those are the water droplets from the flow of the water, and they have blocked off the gates here because the flow is very strong, so you only come down a few steps and then you can see the views from here. Still 10 on 10, recommended. It's a very nice view out here, and the sound of the flowing water is very peaceful. I'm gonna hang out here for a little bit. See you again in a short while. Alright, so that was a pretty cool experience. Asked a few local shopkeepers here if there's anything else to see around. They say there's nothing else. This is pretty much it in this area. So as I said, there are two other waterfalls a little bit further away from here, and then perhaps we should start returning back to town, and then we'll see if we find something interesting like a cool temple or something, then we'll stop along the way. So after driving some 9 odd kilometers, that was the main entrance to the Sun Temple. I saw there is a Sun Temple here. There's also a Sun Temple in Ranchi, but this one was just very close by. Although Google shows it's closed, but just out of curiosity, I drove here anyway just to see whether it's still open or closed. If it's closed, either way or open, there is a nice restaurant along the way, so we're gonna go dine in, have a late lunch. It's almost 4 p.m. so 3:30. So before returning back, we're gonna have some lunch. Otherwise, we're gonna do the darshan and then have lunch. Let's see what we find. It should be just a kilometer inside. This is it. That's the chariot. Lots of horses of the sun god that basically are traversing across heavens. And then this is the Sun Temple, and I see people inside, so it's definitely open. Let's quickly park up and go do the darshan. Looks like a pretty big temple. These are the chariot wheels, horses in the front, Surya Bhagwan behind him was a little bit sandwiched between the temple and the chariot, the horses. So we're gonna go to the front gate, do the darshan inside. So it's like a very big, nice, lush green campus, and the sun god shining directly over the Sun Temple. So that's pretty neat. Let's see the temple from the inside as well. This is a very nice and peaceful temple. As I said, not very many people come this far. They just go to Dassam Falls and then either they start moving towards the Patratu Valley, which is about 70 odd kilometers from here, or they just go back to Ranchi. So Patratu Valley, I think, is up north and we are down south, so you go across Ranchi all the way back or something similar. But I'm skipping Patratu Valley. I was already in the hills. I had a fun time out there, and I don't want to do all waterfall hopping kind of thing and dams and stuff. So I missed the Sun Temple in Ranchi yesterday because, as I told you in the last vlog, it was closed for the window while I was there, and I had to spend a couple of hours in the mall, which didn't seem very tempting. So spotted another one here. It's a pretty cool experience. So did the darshan. Now let's walk around a little bit if we find some street snacks. Otherwise there's a cool dhaba by the corner from here, so we're gonna start heading backwards towards Ranchi. The clouds are also making noise, they are rumbling, so it's gonna start raining very soon. Not that I care because I have a four-wheeler, but feels odd because typically I do care. I'm always on a two-wheeler, so it's a very interesting feeling. We're just gonna walk towards the edge and see the view from there. Probably farmlands, but since we are on a higher altitude, let's see what we find over there. Nothing super fancy, just a lot of wild plants, bushes, and lots of greenery around over there. That's like plantations area, and there's a nice little water pump here. Every time I look at a water pump now, I'm reminded of the one in Uttarakhand where I was doing the trekking trip. There was one that was freshly painted and we grabbed water from that, so it tasted strange, but we were thirsty, so we grabbed it anyway. But yeah, welcome to the natural lives of the hills. Pretty nice meal, very budget friendly and very delicious as well for the dhaba system. And now it's gonna rain like crazy, so we're gonna start heading back and return the car. We're pretty much done with the sightseeing for this place. There's a nice hilltop up there, but I couldn't find the name. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna skip Patratu Valley because yeah, it's on the other side, and then kind of had similar views for a while now, so I'm okay with it. But if you do get a chance and if you're staying here longer, you might as well try, if you can arrange a transport in time. The cabs are quite expensive, but if you are okay with that, then that's also a feasibility, or if you directly go for renting a car, for instance. So yeah, now we're gonna head straight to the Ma Tours and Travels and then settle a deposit. I'll see you at the shop once we're done with the settlement, so I can also give you a review of that agency about the rental experience. Alright, right, so I'm back at the Tours and Travels agency. I'm with the owner. This is Deepak Bhaiya. Deposit and everything has been settled. Let's also get a quick summary. So he wasn't here when I rented the car earlier. So let's get a quick summary of what all cars he has on stock and how does the process work in general. For me, it was very smooth. Let's also give him a chance to say something on camera. तो भैया जी थोड़ा सा बताइएगा आपके पास किस टाइप की गाड़ियाँ हैं, कैसे कैसे प्रोसेस होता है?
देखिए मेरे पास जो है 1200 रुपया से ले करके
हाँ
वो आपको हैचबैक से सीडान, आपको एसयूवी सारी गाड़ियाँ मिल जाएगी। ऑडी BMW तक भी गाड़ी मिल जाएगी।
तो
मेरे पास
दोनों
है, ड्राइवर के साथ भी, विदाउट ड्राइवर भी, दोनों हैं। लेकिन बहुत सारे दूर से लोग आते हैं, बहुत लोग चाहते हैं कि हमको घूमना है, हमको सेल्फ ड्राइव में कार चाहिए, तो हम लोग को ज़्यादातर सेल्फ ड्राइव में ही प्रोवाइड करवाते हैं।
अच्छा, और टू व्हीलर्स का नहीं है सिर्फ?
टू व्हीलर्स का देखिए, टू व्हीलर्स का मेरे यहाँ है, लेकिन अभी बरसात होने के कारण से नहीं, लेकिन दुर्गा पूजा से स्टार्ट हो रहा है।
अच्छा अच्छा,
हाँ।
ठीक है। और आपकी बाकी गाड़ियों के रेंटल भी और भी हैं झारखंड में, तो उनके कंपैरिजन में आपके यहाँ पे आप क्या ऐसा करते हैं कि लोगों की सहूलियत ज़्यादा हो?
देखिए मेरे यहाँ क्या है कि आप 1000 भी लाइएगा तो आपके पास 4 व्हीलर गाड़ी
हाँ
मिल जाएगा। 1000, 1200, 1400, 1500।
अच्छा, अलग अलग बजट
हाँ,
के लिए
जैसा बजट है वैसा हम गाड़ी आपको प्रोवाइड करेंगे।
अच्छा, और यहाँ पे कोई आना जाए तो लोकेशन के बारे में थोड़ा बता
लोकेशन
दीजिए।
है रातू रोड चौक,
हाँ।
मॉल ऑफ रांची के पीछे,
हाँ।
गौशाला के पास मेरा ऑफिस है, ऑन रोड हरमू रोड के पास।
अच्छा, ठीक है। मैं भी थोड़ा लोगों को बता दूं, एक्चुअली द लोकेशन ऑन गूगल इज स्लाइटली ऑफ, दैट्स वेयर दे पार्क द कार्स, बट आई वाज स्पिनिंग अराउंड इन सर्कल, सो आई कॉल्ड हिम, सो ही इज वेरी काइंड, सो आई ड्रॉप हिज नंबर इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन एज वेल, यू कैन कॉल हिम। डिपॉजिट सेटल वेरी स्मूथली, द एंटायर प्रोसेस वाज वेरी स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड। कागज़ के नाम पे एक ड्राइवर्स लाइसेंस, एक आधार कार्ड है ना? हाँ, यू नीड वन ड्राइवर्स लाइसेंस, वन आधार कार्ड, दे विल मेक यू साइन अ फॉर्म हियर, यू पे द डिपॉजिट विद व्हाटएवर इज द रेंटल दैट यू हैव अग्रीड अपॉन, एंड देन यू आर ऑन योर वे। ठीक है भैया जी? और कुछ बताना चाहेंगे अपनी टूर ट्रैवल?
नहीं, बस ठीक है। मेरा नंबर वो डिस्क्रिप्शन में डाल दीजिएगा। जो भी हमसे कांटेक्ट करेंगे आपको एकदम सुबह 6 बजे से लेके आप रात को 11 बजे तक हमको कॉल कर सकते हैं।
अच्छा, और हमारे सब्सक्राइबर्स के लिए कुछ खास डिस्काउंट देंगे?
जब आपके सब्सक्राइबर से आगे तो मतलब मान के 200 रुपया हम डिस्काउंट करके देंगे। कोई भी गाड़ी में 200 रुपया डिस्काउंट करके देंगे।
So they, as they said, they already have different scales to cater to different budget.
सब व्हील न्यू कंडीशन व्हील मेंटेन में रहता है। सब मेरी गाड़ी 2024 की गाड़ी है।
They have all 2024 registered cars, all new cars, and if you use my name, you come through my reference, they'll give you extra discounts. Thank you so much भैया जी, अच्छा लगा आपसे मिलके। All right, so that's a wrap of the Jharkhand and Ranchi tour. And now we're gonna go back to the homestay, rest up for the day, and tomorrow we'll be on the move to the next state over. It's a neighboring state. Keep guessing where we are going next. I'll reveal the destination in the next vlog. Until then, this is the Rustic Wanderer signing off. See you again the next time.